SOSCAST, baby.
Unbelievable. Welcome. Oh, man. It's one of those days. We're making it rain out here. Luckily, I don't have seizures with all this stuff going on. But welcome to the SOSCAST, ladies and gentlemen out there in internet land. This is the SOSCAST only here on Valuetainment, the sexiest financial podcast in the world. This is where finance meets romance. And you know what we do, how we do, what we do. We've got one message that we try to convey, and that is, say with me, Nat, we want to see you guys out there get paid, laid, and do it your way. Speaking of getting paid and laid and doing it your way, today is going to be one more of those paid episodes. I mean, we're going to get you laid, don't worry. But today we're going to be focused a little bit more on the money side of things, some life advice side of things. We'll definitely talk about some of the dating stuff, some tips, some trending stuff that's going on out there. Let's get right into it today, and then we'll have Nat chime in and do her thing. Make sure you throw those L's in the chat to let her know you love her. She loves catching those L's out there. We got Fake Drake in the house. Joey's here. How you doing, Drake?
Fake Drake in the house.
There he is out there. Looking surly, not happy. Shout out to the production team. But thank you guys for being here. Lot to cover today. We're going to go rapid fire today. It's one of those days where I'm like, on fire. Bang, 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 bang. My guy Jorge's on the ones and twos. He's not sleeping today. He's telling secrets, whispering this time. Sometimes this is how Jorge whispers back there. Hey, what's up, bro? No, you whisper like, hey, how are you, bro? What's going on? Hey, what's up, man? This is my whisper voice. What's your regular voice? Hey, my name's Jorge. Why is your whisper louder than your regular voice? That's a problem.
Gonna make an effort.
Anyway, Nat's here. Let's get into something we're talking about. Then Nat's gonna chime in and do her thing. Sure, you know that she's selling her feet pics on OnlyFans. I think people actually believe that, by the way. Yeah.
I've gotten some message about it.
Donations.
Donations if you want to pay for the manicure and the pedicure.
Of course, Nat's going to be reading your super chats. You know that she's doing better than ever with her Hooked on Phonics worked for her.
Yes.
Here you go. Get some toenail cleaner, girl.
Thanks.
Clean that up. Anyway.
For you.
We're going to be talking a little bit. We're going to start this off with a Minnect call that I did the other day.
Hello.
This kid was an absolute stud. We'll talk about that. Cutting dead weight out of your life. Even Snoop Dogg had something to say about that. Rick Ross, the boss. This is going to be sort of a hip-hop infused episode. Shout out to him. Talking about what to do with friends that don't like your Instagram post and what you should do with money. Should you ball out? Should you buy stuff? Should you help others? Should you help your family? We'll have that discussion. We're going to talk about what Americans say in regards to how much money makes you feel wealthy.
Oh.
Right? You know, I'm all about that health, wealth, and happiness. We'll talk about what Andrew Tate had to say about happiness on his stream with the young Aiden Ross. We'll get into net worth by age. That's kind of how that works. We're going to break down some of the most famous, the most influential, most popular people in the world when they become millionaires, when they became millionaires, some of the advice that they had to share to the young people out there. We're going to talk about the power of competency. You know, they say that with competence leads to confidence. Michael Sartain, my homeboy, actually had a great take on that. And then we're going to talk about why you should not chase that girl that don't want you. You know, this is, I guess, a version of simping, but it's actually a good take by the one and only TK Kirkland. And last but not least, we'll wrap up with how you can't freestyle your way to the top. You got to have a plan. You know, we do business planning workshop out here to get yourself prepared for the upcoming year. Our friend D1 had a great take on that. All right, before we get started, before I tell this story, Nat, how are you? What's going on? You got family in town.
Yes.
Your toenails are looking great. Your reading is on point. How you feeling? What do you want the people to know? Let's get this thing started.
Awesome. Well, I'm feeling super great, super phenomenal. Thank you all for tuning in today on this lovely Tuesday on the SOSCAST. Before we get started going any further, like the damn video for us. Like the video, subscribe, do all that fun stuff.
You know Nat means business when she's doing whatever this whole move is.
What's that?
What's that move? Like the damn video.
Like the video for us. Subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Today's episode, I love when we talk money. I think the audience gets a different perspective from you. You really get to kind of show your experience and your perspective in certain things. And I love that we're reacting to some of the well-known names so that people know that this is not just coming from Sauce's experience. This is also coming from other people's experience as well. So before further ado, thank you all for tuning in today. We're super excited. We're pumped up. We're ready to go. We've got money flying everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I got the toes out, the nails out, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, no doubt. I just had a brain fog right there. What was I talking about with the money?
Since you had a brain fog, I just want to shout out to you in your new suit.
New suit.
Looking real
new
nice.
Suit, new boots.
Looking like a silver fox up in the building. Shout out to you.
Well, you tried me the other day. Listen,
I did.
This is the importance of having female friends. You know how they have that conversation of like, a guy can't be friends with a girl. You know, it's always going to be something or other. You know, Nat and I are friends.
Yep.
Despite the rumors that are out there.
I know.
Okay. You know I got girls going on in my life. You've got a situation going on in your life. I've met them. Good dude. Great name, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Great name, by the way. Probably the best name in the world. But female friends will tell you things that dude friends won't tell you.
Right.
Right? So the other day I came in with a suit, and Nat's like, you wore the same fucking suit again?
Yeah.
Some snarky ass comment from you.
Yes.
But you're like, no, switch it up. Get a new suit.
Yeah.
Go shopping. Clean your
Spice it up.
toenails.
Yeah.
Clean your fingernails.
Your fingernails. Those
Yeah,
are
you
all
know.
things that, like, it's just the little details that just help.
Because I'm a man. I work hard. I'm in the dirt. I'm in the dust.
For sure. But think
I
about
gotta
it.
clean my
You're going to
fingernails.
touch me, touch my
not
weight, and
touching
your
you. Relax,
nails
relax.
are dirty. Like,
Yeah.
not a good look.
Anyway, what I'm saying is
Whoever
men and
you're
women can be
touching.
friends. Nat is always Nagtalia. That's your
Nagtalia.
name.
You're
Nagging.
welcome.
Get a haircut. Do this. Shave this. Why don't you look into this? What's up with your neck right here? What's going on over here?
But
I'm
the
like,
girls love
Jesus.
it. The girls love it, right?
Jesus, I'm trying to look my best. I got a girl coming to town visit me this weekend, but anyway, and then I'm going out for
I've
July
heard.
4th. You didn't hear nothing. Relax.
I've heard.
Anyway, so with that being said, enough of the banter. Let's get this thing started.
Someone said Sauce can't marry Nat because she isn't Jewish. Huh.
Dude, I haven't dated a Jewish girl in like 10 years.
I'm Catholic.
Yeah. But I am in the market for a wife. I've had many girlfriends.
Yes.
I've come close. I've been engaged. I've got engaged twice to the same girl. You know?
I met a few of them. I'm looking for you too. Don't worry.
Just Nat's out
I'm
there.
like, you may do. You may do.
She's searching the bleachers. She's searching the clubs. She's searching
You,
the
come here.
libraries.
I got a man
come
for
here.
you.
I got something for you. But anyway.
Let's go to the episode.
You're out of control right now. So let's get this thing started. So if you're not familiar with what we do at Valuetainment, obviously we have podcasts. Obviously we have PBD Consulting, Valuetainment Investment Group. We got a lot going on. We have events. We do live events. We got the Vault coming up.
Yes.
The end of August, beginning of September. But what we also have is something called Minnect. So if you have a minute to connect with an expert, that was the idea behind Minnect, where if you're a prominent person or a business figure or an influencer or whatever, you get a lot of DMs. People hit you up, hey, can I get a little advice? PBD came up with something called Minnect. So I've been doing a lot of Minnect calls. I'm actually #1 on Minnect.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah,
Go
I mean,
Sauce.
when it comes to net worth, PBD's ahead of me, Andrew Tate's ahead of me. But when it comes to Minnect calls, numero uno out here in
You
the
the
house.
man.
So you got me, you got Tate, you got PBD, you got the Biz Doc, so on and so forth. But I'm crushing it on Minnect. Why? Because my prices are very reasonable. My goal is to help just young hustlers get better with their money, get better in the dating world, increase your status. And because of that, there's a lot of people connecting with me on Minnect. But I had a call with a guy yesterday, not going to say his name, not going to put his business out there, but I was super impressed with this guy. He's 24 years old. He's like, dude, I read hundreds of books a year. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get smarter. He's telling me all these good things and how much he's working and how dedicated he is and how much he's reading and improving. You know what we say, outwork, out-strategize.
Out-improve.
Out-improve, outlast. And he's doing all that. He's doing all that. He's doing all that. And I go, let me question for you. What's your friend situation like? How many friends you got? He's like, dude, I have 0 friends. And I was like, oh, 0? You know, those people, we talk about these stats all the time that in the 1980s, 1990s, when I was growing up, the average person had 6 close friends. Today, it's less than half of that. A lot of people are detached from friends. But it depends on the reason why you don't have friends. Are you not leaving the house? Are you not getting out enough? Are you not a good person? Do people not want to be friends with you? And this guy's take was actually very interesting. He said, look, I'm trying to improve my life. Where I'm from, these people don't really have goals. They don't have dreams. They don't have the mindset to improve. So what I've done is I've completely distanced myself from the people that I used to hang out with. And all my friends are people that I meet on the internet. Like, he's like, I'm connecting with you on Minnect. I've done consulting with Myron from Fresh and Fit.
Oh, wow.
He's basically telling me, like, his friends are almost mentors and books that he reads. All right, cool, break that down for me. He's like, yeah, dude, in my neighborhood, I don't want to say where he's from because I don't want to put his stuff out there. In my neighborhood, it's rough out there. And I'm not trying to be out there around people that don't have my the same mindset. I was like, very interesting, very interesting, very interesting. Because I've always been a person who always has a ton of friends. I collect friends. One of the things I always say is, I don't really have that many hobbies.
Yeah.
I'm not going rock climbing. I'm not collecting cards. I'm not going surfing on the weekends. I'm not doing a canoe trip this weekend. Nada. I like to make money. I like to make content. I like to hang out with my buddies, and I enjoy the company of pretty women. That's just kind of it. Simple.
For the streets.
Right? For the streets.
For the streets.
So he was out there. So I have this conversation with the guy, and I was like, all right, that's very interesting. But it reminded me of something that the legendary rapper Snoop Dogg once said about cutting dead weight out of your life. So I have a clip from Snoop Dogg, and then we'll weigh in on it, on what he had to say about separating the dead weight out of your life. I think we have something here ready to go. So Snoop Dogg had to separate himself from the friends who lacked ambition, keyword ambition, remember that, and a job because became with a burden. It's not personal, it's just business. You know how they say, it's not show friends, it's show business. Well, when you run a business and you're putting on shows, you ain't got no time for those friends. No new friends, no new friends, no new friends. So here's what Snoop had to say, and we'll weigh in on the other side.
Was showing me how to, like, separate. Because at that time, I didn't know how to separate from the homies. I felt like I needed them with me everywhere I went. But they was baggage because they wasn't doing the job. They was just on my job. Imagine working at McDonald's and bringing 30 with you every day. Right. And you ain't explaining to the manager why they're here. Just eating fries, making burgers, and wanting to drive through line. Yeah, we up here at McDonald's, we got on lock. And I'm letting it happen. Right. So, and I'm wondering why I'm never getting to the cash register, why I never get to move up, and I'm always on fries. Got too many misfits with me. And it's my fault. It's always our fault, artists. It's our fault because we enable people to be around us. Stand up and man up. Kick rocks. If you ain't got a job, you can't be around. It ain't personal, it's business.
Kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
I love that. So here's the reason that I gave this sort of completely different juxtaposition. Here you have Snoop Dogg saying that needs to cut the dead weight, but then you also have this 24-year little hustler entrepreneur basically saying, look, I had to do the same thing. This goes through all phases of life. No matter where you're at, you have to look around you and say, all right, how is this helping me? You know, they say that you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Your network is your net worth. Are you just hanging out with leeches? Are you hanging out with people that are dragging you down? Are you hanging out with people that have a victim mindset, that are not trying to win in life, that are people just trying to be content? You know, we talked about the 3 phases of life when I was hanging out with Vin Diesel, and his buddy was like, dude, there's three people in life. There's the people who live a caged life, doing nothing. The people who are content, they're like, all right, it's fine going on. Or people who are charged up and fired up. I only try to hang out with people who are charged up and excited about doing something with their life. And whether you're the dude that I did a Minnect call with, or whether you're Snoop, you have to look in the mirror and be like, are these people actually helping me? Or are they complete baggage leeches, just hanger-oners, and doing nothing for me? And that's something that only you will know. So I'm still, like, as much as I'm still good friends with all my buddies from literally elementary school, middle school, high school, college, like, I'm still in touch with all these guys. I don't see them all that often.
Right.
I don't see them all that often. A birthday here, you know, a wedding here, because as much as I love them, and some of them have going on in life, they're not doing anything for me. So that's why I'm constantly hanging out with the PBDs of the world, or my friend Adrian that's constantly doing things. He's running all the events at Soho House, or my boy Mizzle that I was running the other night.
Mizzle.
He's like, the people that I hang out with, that I actually spend time with and go out with, are bringing value to my life and are bringing influence to my life and introducing me to people Not just like, yeah, cool, like let's get some chicken wings. There's always room for that. Like I'm not that dude that's like, cut off all your friends, they all suck. No, just there's a time and place for certain people.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because you are somebody who is big with networking and with people, what advice would you give to somebody who maybe their best friend is somebody that's holding them back? How would you cut off a relationship like that? What would be like your strategy?
So
of that?
you're trying to be a winner,
Yeah.
and your best friend is what?
Your best friend is going through a tough time, their victim mentality, everything is always everyone else's fault, but you grew up with them. That's
Yeah.
your homeboy. How do you cut off someone like that?
You don't cut them off.
Okay.
It's a slow drip. It's a slow process. Because there's someone that I have in mind who's like my brother, like best friend. You've never even met him.
Oh.
Straight up.
Wow.
You've never even met him. 'Cause I love this guy to death. It's just we're different phases of life. So it's just when I see him or when we talk, it's all love. It's amazing. But I'm never out with him.
Yeah.
We never go out. We're not talking business deals. We're not doing any transactions. We're not networking. We're not socializing. It's, yo, brother, just checking in. Love you, dude. I'll see you when I see you. It's all love. I've known you since kindergarten. Like, I'm never going to not have you in my life, but I'm also not going to have you in my life,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. Would you say it was easier to kind of make that transition because you became so much more busy? Was it easier to kind of...
Great question. That's exactly what happens. I'm
figured.
busy.
Yeah.
I'm busy, bro.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to be like, I don't want to be your friend. It's just that
You
you've been
don't-
busy.
You don't have to say it.
Right.
Like, that's another thing out there. You don't have to be like, hey, Carl, listen,
Carl.
I've been doing some
Thank you.
reconnaissance work over here. I've been actually doing the math here. And you don't make the top 5 friend list, buddy. And I'm sorry to inform you that you have been cut off. You're fired. Like, you don't have to start turning to Donald Trump firing friends.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when they hit you up, hey, bro, like, let's do this. It's like, I'm busy, bro. I'm doing a podcast right now. Hey, I'm traveling right now. Like, I have one buddy that's like always like, yo, let's link up. Let's grab a drink. I'm like, dude, I'm in Romania right now interviewing Andrew Tate. Yo, I'm
Right.
on a business trip in LA with PBD. So it's like, they'll get the message. But what you don't want is for them to be like, oh, you're too big for me now, bro?
Yes.
You're too cool for me now, bro? And then that's when you get those texts, here's my advice. Whenever you get those texts, those like, yo, bro, you're too cool to call me back, you're too cool to call a text. Yo, brother, hey, man, I just want to let you know I'm busy as fuck. Here's where I am right now. I love you. I don't want you to think for a second I don't care about you, that I don't want to be your friend. I just got certain things going on.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand that? And they're like, oh, bro, totally get it. I didn't want you to feel like, I didn't want to feel like you're big time in me right there.
Right.
Because at the same time, lifelong friendships should not be discounted. Lifelong friendships are not something to be like, yeah, bro, you're not on my level, so go fuck yourself, kick rocks.
Right.
It's not a science, it's an art, right? And you have to understand the delicate dance of, okay, here's where I'm at, here's where he's at. Let me take account of, all right, like, he's still making X, I'm making Y, I'm up here, he's doing this. I would love to. Oh, shit. We got a spill in aisle 3 in that.
Sweat.
We're good. The show goes on. Don't worry about it, Joey. Stay seated, fake Drake. We're good. Show goes on. Joey's looking at me like, what the hell's going on here? Thank you, sir.
That was
Jorge
good.
on the 1s and 2s. Whisper, whisper.
It's wet.
Hey, don't sound like it's wet.
It's wet.
Está
You want to drink some water?
mojado. So that's mojado, yeah? Okay. I mean, you can get it. It's not a big deal. It's fine. It's on the carpet. But yeah, that's my take. I think, all right, so what's my point here? We understand that your network is your net worth. We understand that you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. We understand that at a certain point in your life, certain people will not be on your level. All right, what do you do about it? I would literally write down the 5 people who I spend the most time with, write that down, and then what they're doing for me and what I'm doing for them.
Oh, I like that.
Literally take action. Because some people are just gonna be listening and they'll be like, yeah, I get it. You know, 5 people, cool. Your network is your net worth. Cool, choose your circle wisely, inner circle. But what are you actually doing about it?
Right.
So this is something that I do. And you look at your list and you're like, oh, I'm hanging out with that guy? Still? Shit. That guy's always hitting me up for money. That guy's always dead broke. That guy's always just trying to smoke weed and party. It's like he's doing nothing for me. Like I'll hang out with him on a rare occasion, but that guy can't be in my top 5. Love him to death, can't be in my top 5. So that way you actually have action and it's not just lip service for actually taking some accountability for the dead weight that may be in your life.
Right. I love that exercise, actually. That's a good exercise, especially today. I think people get so caught up with like these big friend groups and trying to be like people that they're not, that they don't even realize the time that they're wasting with those type of people.
Yeah.
So I like that. Good job, Sauce. That was good advice.
Great transition.
Yeah.
From one great rapper to the next. Rick Ross actually had something to say about your friends, and not so much choosing your friends wisely, but basically, are these friends actually in your corner? Are they actually showing love? Or are they just kind of, yeah, we're friends, yeah, not really doing anything for you? So he actually, Rick Ross, the more and more I hear from this guy, I'm like, this guy is like doing something. The boss. Yeah, he talked about moving weight in Miami, then he gained some weight, but now he's gaining a lot of credibility out there with some of the stuff that he's talking about. Play this clip about what you should do if your friends are not liking your Instagram clips. I think we have an image to show before that, Joe. Do we have that?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, Rick Ross gives advice to people to stay away from friends who don't like your Instagram posts.
You're fake.
Yeah, we all know that I got canceled recently.
Yeah.
I got my Instagram back.
Yeah.
All right, I'm still working on that verification. They took that down. But it was actually pretty nice to see what friends were like, yo, bro, what happened to your Instagram? Yo, what's up? I tried to send you a DM and hear back. Yo, bro, you good? Yo, bro, can I help? It was like a lot of love. But then they also have those friends. So I see who likes the Instagram post.
Yeah.
I see who makes comments. It's like, I'm not saying I'm judging you because of that.
Yeah.
But I'm judging you because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So let's listen to what Rick Ross had to say.
These young pages and I only see one like after 8 minutes. All that tell me is everybody you growed up with, they see it and they go by it. They don't hit that button. Why don't they hit that button? Is it because of the things they've said amongst others and they don't want to seem flawed liking or supporting what you got going on? 80% of the time when I see my people, I ain't even listening to that. I like it. If that's my partner, if that's my homie, and if that's what he on, I'm with it too. I like it.
I love that.
I like it.
I love that. Are you a hater or an appreciator? He absolutely, Rick Ross nails this out of the park about liking your friend's Instagram posts. Dude, if I'm scrolling, we all do this. I'm scrolling on Instagram. Look, I'm busy. I might just have 10 minutes. I might be in a car ride. I might be in between calls, whatever it is. I'm scrolling. I see my boy, like, cool, keep it moving. All right, Nat different post, like, cool. All right, this person, like, cool. All right, cool. I'm just liking people's posts because I like you. I might even care what you're saying in that post. I like you. Every time I see Michael Sartain say something, like. Every time I see Justin Waller doing something, like. Fresh and Fit is doing something, like. PBD's doing something, like. Vinny Oceano's like. I'm just liking my people's posts, supporting their posts.
Right.
I might not have time to see your entire diatribe on what you're basically breaking down in this thing. I just know that I see you. I see your post. You're getting a double tap.
Yeah.
It's happened. I'm tapping that thing.
Now,
and then I'm tapping it again.
We know. But do you ever run into problems like doing that with maybe some of your relationships with other people? Maybe you like to post that someone doesn't like. So is that something that
This
you...
is a setup right here, yo.
I'm asking because there's
setup.
times where like you'll like somebody's post and someone be like, oh, I saw you like Joe's post. Like, what's that about?
Yeah.
So do you ever run into those type of issues?
Well, I think you know the answer to that question. I have run into that before. And that's women are jealous. Okay? Women are jealous. And
men too.
there's a nuanced approach to who you're liking photos. Like if you're dating a girl and it's a new relationship and you see a post from a girl you've known for a decade that you're friends with or whatever, and you're like, oh, cool, double tap, whatever, you make a comment, whatever. A lot of times you might think that it's innocent. But she's like, oh, I know that girl. I don't like her. Oh, that she's in a bikini in that picture. Oh, what's going on? Does he like her more than he likes me? Oh, what's going on? Is he banging that girl? What's going on? It's like, relax.
Yeah.
Like, There is a lot of that. There's a lot of that.
What about with your boys? Do you ever run into like?
What?
I mean, I
With
don't
my
know.
boys?
Like,
Could
can you have a
imagine?
guy friend that argues with the
No.
other friend, and
Could
then
you
they're like,
imagine
"What's
if
up?"
a homie's like, "Yo, bro, I saw that you like Bill's post the other day, bro. I thought I was your guy. Why are you liking Bill's post?"
I mean, I don't
it's like,
know.
Jerry, what's happening right now?
Well,
I'm
you
friends
could
with you and I'm friends with Bill. Nah, man, pick one. No, it doesn't work that way with friends.
Just
with
asking.
girls, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you tell me, you're a girl. What happens if you saw a guy you were dating
Yeah.
liking girls' posts?
No me gusta.
No me gusta.
No me gusta. No need for that. Just move along.
Okay. All right. Now, would it be different if it was like a civilian girl? Like, all right, she's a girl. She's,
I would
she's got
just-
5,000 followers. She's a girl, Or would it be different if it's like one of those Instagram thoughts that has 1 million followers and it's like,
if you want me to
he's
be
liking
honest,
this.
I would just prefer like social media to be like on my partner's like lower end of activity. I feel like
Well,
that's
that-
such a. I just don't. I don't know. If I had a preference, I would just be like, you don't even need Instagram. You can have Instagram. You can do whatever you want
hold
with
on. You're
Instagram.
trying
But like, my thing is like,
Nat,
here's the thing.
I see what Nat's trying
Here's
to do
the
right
thing.
now.
Here's the
I see
thing.
what Nat's trying to do
You
right now.
get-
Go ahead.
Here's what Instagram. Those things, and you guys talk about this all the time. Those things are you're looking for attention. You're looking for that type of outside, confirmation. And I feel like when you go into people's Instagram and you're liking stuff, you're looking for them to go on your profile and interact. That's what social media is. It's supposed to be like a social interaction. So if you're asking me, do I want my partner to be super social interactive online? Probably not. I would rather them be socially interactive in person and network that way. And sure, online, for sure. But to be going on Jenny, Becky's, and Lola's Instagram to go like their model picture on the beach with their ass out, no, it's not my preference, and that's just me.
All right. Well, here's
Go ahead,
why.
roast me.
Here's get ready to throw those L's in the chat, y'all, for Nat.
We love you.
Where you are right is there's a difference between social media and actually socializing in real life.
Correct.
That's what the part you got right.
Yay.
But I see what you did there. You tried to flip the script right there. Because we
did.
always hear some of my friends out there, some people in the community that are like, yo, bro, I don't want my girl on Instagram. I don't want her posting things. If my girl, she's going to be deleting her Instagram. I don't play that game. But you just tried to tell me that you want your dude to delete Instagram.
I didn't say delete.
Oh, no,
it
no.
was my preference if they're not on it. Like,
Okay. It's the same. Not on it, deleting it,
like
disabling
he has
it.
an Instagram, that's fine. I'm not gonna like go crazy about it, but like, am I gonna be more like looking at his profile, the people that he's following? Yeah, for sure. Why
And now,
wouldn't you?
okay, so you're opening up a
If
can of
your
worms
girl
right here.
was on a man's Instagram, liking all his posts, he's in the gym, he's flexing, and she's doing that in front of your face, you're okay with that?
What do you? No, obviously not. But what do you mean
Okay,
in front
my
of
point
my face?
exactly. I won. Thank you very much.
No,
Do I get
okay.
claps? Anybody?
Relax with all the fake claps out there, okay?
Oh, now they're fake.
There's like 2 people agreeing with you out there. It sounded like you had a whole audience. This is a very nuanced discussion. But I don't think girls do that. I think that's a guy thing. I don't think girls are out there be like, oh, look at this dude with some abs. Look at this guy out here. Look at this
Girls
dude.
go in man's Instagram and like for
Girls-
attention, for sure,
girls
because then
stalk.
that gives a green flag for the man to slide in the DM.
Oh.
The same way you go on. If I go on Joe's profile and I like 6 of pictures in a row, Joe's gonna be like, "Oh, this shawty like my stuff. Let me go in her. Oh, okay, she's interested."
Oh, we're a little insight
So
now.
you're
So-
welcome. You should go look at who your girls are
I
liking
get- yeah.
on Instagram.
I'm so naive. I'm
You're
like, oh, she
welcome.
really liked what I had to say right there. Oh, she really found some value.
She's like, I'm gonna trap him. Let me get him.
I don't know. I prefer real life. That's how I kind of meet
Same.
my women.
Same.
But all right, walk me through the mindset of women on the gram. They're checking dudes' posts.
There's multiple types of women on the
Okay,
gram.
so give me the 3 types of women that are scouring the internet on Instagram.
So I would say you have regular girls who, yeah, they're doing business on there. They're harmless. They're posting.
Doing business on there.
Yeah, like they're marketing themselves. They're making money through social media, sure, posting, doing all that stuff. Then you have also women who are looking for men to, fund their lifestyle. They're looking for attention from men. Then you also have women who maybe are looking for connections. Oh, I don't like him, but maybe his friend, I see he hangs out with Joe and Schmo. I kind of want to get with Joe and Schmo. So let me hit up this guy because he's the ugliest guy of the group.
Homie hopping.
And homie hopping. So there's different types of girls. But at the end of the day, if a girl's like scrolling on your page, liking like 3 or 4 of your photos, she's like saying like, DM me. That's what she's saying. Just in case you guys didn't know, if girls are spamming you, they're asking you to DM them.
Women are way more calculated than men. Men are like, oh, she's hot, double tap. Oh, you got a fat ass, double tap.
Yeah, but
oh,
men...
she got something. Oh, no, double tap. Girls are like, oh, okay, I see that he hangs out with this person, so I'm gonna double tap him. Maybe he'll message me. That way I can meet up with his friend. And
girls are sleuths.
Wow.
Sleuths?
Yeah,
like
sluts?
No, sleuths.
Oh, sleuths.
SL.
Detectives.
UE detectives.
Yeah, don't try to spell that. That's not your skill set. Snails. Yeah, that's not your thing.
I mean, either way, I think social media, you just got to be careful with people's intentions in general because you can be somebody completely different online than you are in person.
So here's the question, and then we'll wrap up.
Okay.
Is it better to have an open dialogue with your girl and be like, listen, I'm on Instagram. This is what I'm doing. I see you're on Instagram. Let's have this conversation up front so we don't have any issues liking posts.
With your partner?
Or yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or is it better to be like, no, out of sight, out of mind?
No, you need to talk about it.
Really?
Yeah, I talked about it. I'm like, yeah, for sure.
How'd that go?
It was just more so like, so he wasn't on Instagram, then he got back his Instagram, and it was kind of just more like, hey, I'm just like, I'm gonna, like, you getting your Instagram back, it's kind of a red flag for me. It's more like you're looking for something outside of what you already have. So things that aren't in your face on the everyday basis now will be. So just know that I'm going to have my eyes and ears in places that you probably don't know.
Well then let me give a hot tip to the gentlemen out there.
Okay.
Instagram. You know they say that the #1 dating app in the world is not Bumble, it's not Hinge, it's not
It's what?
Tinder, it is Instagram.
Exactly.
Okay. So
Thank
here's
you.
something. Listen, let's go back 10 years. All of a sudden, Instagram shows up. It's 2012. You're like, dude, what? Who's this guy? Like, you're seeing things on Instagram you've never seen in real life your whole life.
Right.
And you're follow, subscribe, what's up, double tap. And then you're realizing, all right, this is time consuming. This is life consuming. It's consuming my life. So what I've done, any hot chick that I don't even know, like if that's not a girl I know, she hasn't been on the show, unfollow. It's doing nothing for you.
Yeah.
It's actually just time wasting. And then whether it's consciously or subconsciously, it's a form of simping.
Yes.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh, damn, what's up? And then furthermore, these girls, they're all face tuning and trimming down and highlighting and fading and shadowing.
No good.
And it's like, oh my God, it's the most gorgeous girl I've ever seen in my life. And it's like you see her out in real person, you're like, God damn, you just a doctored up 6.5, bitch. So what I'm saying to you is, if that girl is out there, all right, shoot your shot. Cool. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Whatever. More than likely, a girl like that, if you're shooting your shot, a million other dudes are. So you're not in a position of strength, you're in a position of weakness. She's like, oh, this guy. If you don't get a response, if this is a girl you're not in contact with, unfollow.
Yeah.
Just unfollow.
Yeah.
That's it.
I just don't.
You know how many guys out there when you go, like, because I think this is how the algorithms work, they pull up their page and it shows the For You page or the Discover Explore page.
Yes.
And it's just covered in big titty random chicks.
Red flag, ladies.
Yeah.
Look at your man's Explore page, ladies. Red flag.
I look at my Explore page. It's all like quotes from PBD. It's fresh and fit, kicking chicks off the show.
You got some ass and titties on there. Don't
I mean,
lie.
I'll
You
have one or
got
two.
that.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me actually do a quick
Let's look, huh? Let me look at mine, too. Let me look at mine.
Pull up your Explore page as you're watching this.
Oh, this shows
we'll do a
perfect.
Game.
Okay.
We'll do up, I'm not going to show my,
I'll show mine.
Pull up your Explore page and see what pops up.
So I have a whole bunch of women on there. I've got women fitness. I've got Rihanna on there. I've got hair stuff. I actually have I got some water stuff.
I'm actually super impressed with my Explore page. Look, do you see any random thoughts?
Let's scroll down a little bit.
Relax.
Let's go down a little bit. Oh, you got one. She's cute, though. No, okay, you're good.
Hey, I don't need you to show the camera, y'all.
That's all right. You don't have anything
but
bad.
It's mostly what?
It's mostly men.
No, don't. Now you're making it.
Just kidding.
It's like the homies.
It's motivational.
It's PBD.
Yes.
It's Tate. It's Fresh and Fit.
business.
It's Jay Waller. It's
Yes.
business guys. There's a lot of NBA stuff. It's Sartain. It's
Correct.
Rolo. 50 Cent. This chick's pretty hot, not gonna lie.
See,
All right.
I told you.
One out of 100 out here.
Correct. But that's also a telltale of what your algorithm is pushing to you. So,
So if
if
you
you
see
can get
a-
a little glance of your partner's explore page, glance. Because
Listen,
you want to see it.
If you saw my page,
Yeah.
let's say you and I were dating, and you saw my page right there, and you
Yeah.
pull it up, and it's everything you just saw,
Yeah.
and very minimal hot chicks.
Yeah.
What would you say? Why is there one chick on your page? No, you'll let that slide because it's like 90% of it is just me trying to improve, trying to look at good content, me trying
you
to
want
network.
my honest answer?
Yes.
I would probably say like, oh, okay, his explore page is good, and then I'll go straight to your DMs. Let me come in here. Where's all these DMs?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
So it's just better off, like, to me, honestly, if you want me to be honest, I don't want to look at my partner's, like, phone at all. I don't want to be obsessed with that, because once you
Okay.
start getting a glimpse of that, then it becomes like, I have to see if there's an update. Like, that's why I prefer, like, your social media to be, like, on your lower end of, like,
Yeah.
activities, per se, and more you doing outside networking.
Let me give the gentleman another hot tip. You just brought up a sore subject to me, the DMs.
Oh, in the DMs.
So at one point, I was dating this girl. It was actually a pretty serious relationship. We had a good thing going on. She was actually working for me. It was when I started my show. I was like, listen, I'm gonna take care of you. We were living together. I need you to run my social media. She's doing all my posts. She's doing everything for me. Full access, nothing to hide. I'm only with this girl. All good. But what I forgot to do was delete all my previous DMs.
Oh.
Rookie move. So I'm thinking, what does it matter, stuff that I did a year before I even met this girl?
That makes me want to read it.
Oh, it matters.
You want to read it.
Oh, it matters. Because a lot of times, it might not even be what you say. It might be a girl being like,
Yes.
like whatever the girl's saying. So a girl will hold that in.
Yes.
She will hold that in. And you're like, yeah, I don't really feel like want to going out tonight. She's like, oh, well, what about fucking when Monique fucking texted you went out with that bitch? It's like, who's Monique? Oh, I checked in 2014. You responded, hell yeah, girl. And it's like, what is that? It's 2020. How does this? Oh, I see what you're up to. Like you don't play.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna give a girl access to your phone, cool. You have a trusting relationship, no problem, all good. We understand social media is a real thing these days. Delete your previous DMs. Learn from your boy Saz right
Don't
here.
delete it, gentlemen.
Don't get caught slipping.
Don't delete it. Let the girl see it.
No, now you want her to see it? Oh, now that's.
As I know, girls, because here's the thing,
Look at
even
that.
though
You can't trust this girl, bro.
it's not that, it's just that even though it was your past, it's still kind of like it's a telltale about you.
No.
It's
no,
a nice.
no.
But here's the thing.
No, that's
Again,
not.
I go back
That's
to my
when I was
point in the
single,
beginning. I
doing
go
my
back to
thing
my
in
point.
Miami,
But here's the thing.
not when I'm with this
here's
girl.
the thing. She
Rookie move on my
she
part.
sees that, and then she starts to see behavior, kind of like that behavior, like how you were when you're single. Then that's kind of, that helps her and how she's going to navigate it before.
So
like,
what do you-
oh, he's kind of acting like he was
Matt,
back
what
then.
What are you
oh,
saying
he's
right now?
kind of
You want me to
DMing girls
expose
again. Like,
myself? You want me to rat on myself?
I'm not saying right on yourself, but
No,
I guess
that's
I'm giving
what
tips
you're
for
saying,
ladies.
Natalia.
Ladies, if you see something in the DMs, study it. But
Oh my
if you want me
God.
to, if you, my ending opinion, and this is the last thing I will say, is I think you should trust your partner. I think as soon as you start giving access to personal messages and stuff like that, immediately, like, the trust goes out the window, and then that becomes an expectation. Like, give me your phone, let me see it. And then all of a sudden, your relationship becomes untrusting. I don't believe you. This and that. I saw this and that. And those things replay in your head. When you're in a certain mood, the things I saw on your phone will replay in my head.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, trust your partner. If you don't trust your partner, maybe you shouldn't be with them.
Yeah, that's why. Trust, I agree. Communication, for
Yeah.
sure. And delete your DMs. I had to learn the hard way. But listen, you got to understand, this whole DM thing, social media liking thing, this is the first time in human history this has ever been an issue.
Correct.
Okay, we can fast forward rewind 50 years. There were people that had whole families the next town away. They had whole families, kids. You had brothers and sisters you didn't even know about up the street.
Yeah.
Now, a girl will sniff out a DM. Oh, you liked Monique's post from 7 years ago.
You can tell
what do
with-
you got going on. Like,
you can tell
it
with
is
how the
so
man
much
picks up the phone.
easier to get caught these days.
Yeah.
There was so much that you could have done before social media that no one would have ever found out. Now you got your phone, you got your camera everywhere you go.
They did
You're
this
doing
for
something
us.
wrong. Some of our friends is like, oh, I see him. He's out there. Like,
Do you remember we went
these
on
are
somebody's
uncharted territories, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Proceed with caution.
I mean, they did it for us, ladies. Check your
Anyway.
man.
I can't. If my girl ever finds out that I have a whole nother family down the street, that's gonna be a problem. Could you
That's a
imagine
good thing. You're welcome.
that? Unbelievable. Anyway, we went down the rabbit hole over here.
I
but
know.
thank you,
I'm
Nat.
sorry. It's just the DMs. That's just
Anyway,
touchy.
let's bring it back in. By the way, Nat's gonna be reading your super chats
I
in a
got some
second.
chats. Yes.
Let me know. Here's what I want to know.
Someone said,
Craziest story out there, if
Thou
you
shalt
could,
not simp.
on what you did wrong on social media.
Oh, I like that.
On DMs, on the trust thing, on dating apps, catfish, what did our friend call it? Hatfish. If you would, in the chats, in the comments, super chats, we'll read it out loud. Dumbest thing you've done, biggest lesson you've done. I just exposed myself about not deleting DMs when I was with a girl that I was actually with and trusted, and she trusts me, until she saw DMs from before we were together, and she's like, oh, I see how it is. Yeah, when was this? Who was that? Not a good look.
Yeah, but if you would have said it was back then she would have had to understand.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, well, she probably was seeing some behaviors that was coming back.
Whose fucking team are you on right now, woman?
I'm on my team.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Go Nat.
Can't trust these women out here.
But give us some good stories. I would love to hear some crazy stories. I don't think I've
in the
had
chat.
any.
You see what's going on out there. Thank
Yeah.
you guys for being a part of this. Thanks for this therapy session we're having today.
You're welcome.
Hopefully you glean a little lesson and learn something and have a takeaway here. But let's talk a little money right quick. Can we talk a little bit of money? What do we got out there, Jorge? Bang, bang. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-ching. So we were talking about Rick Ross.
Ricky Rose.
We were talking about him basically being like, yo, bro, cut the people out in your life that aren't liking your Instagram posts. But Rick Ross also talks a lot about money, and I actually want to give him credit for that. He's the boss. He's basically saying about what he does when he makes money, empowering others. Play this clip, and then we're going to have a whole conversation about money. We're going to be spending the next 10, 15 minutes strictly talking money. The key to staying rich is empowering your inner circle, because being rich while everybody around you is broke will create problems. Don't I know it? Go ahead.
Staying rich, one of the biggest keys to that is empowering your circle, empowering your family. Because you being rich and everybody else being broke next to you is only going to be so long before you jammed up.
Right.
But if you can make an investment that empower them, they don't need to ask you for nothing.
Wow.
This is what I'm finna set up for y'all. Whoever ain't with this, don't even ask me for nothing.
Right.
If you with this, I'm gonna make sure you gonna make more than you would anywhere else doing anything, because you blood, you feel me? And this the way this go. And if you empower your family that way, it's just like my mom, my sister, they ain't asked me for nothing for years.
Right. Don't have to.
So what I love about this is because there's two different angles you can take. We just discussed an earlier angle about cutting people off that are on your level, and that you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with the most.
Right.
But you also talked about certain best friends or certain people, like what do you do in those instances? I can't tell you how many friends, buddies, homies I've empowered, I've given jobs, I've given loans, I've tried to help them, and I've seen, all right, this person's awesome. They still have a job with me. I made a referral for them. They're working at a different company. Glad I helped them. I gave that person money. They're never going to pay it back. Cut off, done, whatever. And that way you can kind of filter out who you can actually trust and you want around you, or who's just like, look, bro, I gave you $1,000. You never paid it back. All good. Good riddance. But one of the things that I like, that I'm proud of myself, is that, you know, I'm not a materialistic person. We know that, okay? I like to have some nice clothes. I live in a nice place.
Yeah.
I like to travel a little bit. Busy schedule. But other than that, I'm not bling-blinging, and I'm not wearing all sorts of jewelry. Got one necklace on here. This is a necklace from my father.
I like.
When he passed away. Should I keep
like
it out?
when you
Should I
show-
keep it out?
yeah, I like when you
Let
show
me keep
your
it out
chain.
right there. Let me keep it out. Let me show this thing
There
off.
you go.
I've had opportunities to buy all sorts of watches and jewelry and fancy cars, and And I just haven't. I've always saved more, invested more, I bought more assets, I've increased my net worth, but at the same time, I've empowered others around me. I'll tell you a couple quick stories. We had a buddy recently that went through some hard times. He needed a loan to move into a new place.
Oh, yeah.
Done, no questions asked. That made me feel good. Like, if I wasn't able to do that for him, he could have literally been homeless.
Yeah.
Okay? And the person is a capable person, a trustworthy person.
Right.
And that I know that that money will come back to me. Not even a question. Another friend of mine, again, no names. This is someone that I've grown up with. I've given him, lent money out multiple times, always got it back. And he hasn't asked me for money in years. And he hit me up the other day and he goes, look, he's got a kid. He's got actually a son, got a couple kids, but his son is a really talented basketball player. Like really, he's only 14,
Yeah.
but he's like one of the best young phenoms in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, kind of struggling right now, but I really want to sign up my son, no names, for this summer basketball camp for him to compete with like the best players in Florida. I'm really struggling right now. Can you loan me X, Y, and Z money? I go, dude, not even a question.
Yeah.
Done. This is for your son?
Yeah.
I said, by the way, if this kid ever makes it to the NBA, just remember Uncle Saz was helping him out.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, that makes me, do you know what that does for me? You know how they say it's better to give than receive? If I had a nice piece of jewelry or I bought something nice, all right, it's a sugar high. Oh, it's nice. Literally enabling and helping a friend of mine whose son can succeed, dude, that makes you feel so special because
Right.
you're helping him. And he was like almost in tears when I sent him the money. He's like, I don't think you understand, bro. Like, he's gonna go to the camp and he's gonna do great. And he's like, I'm not saying he cried because men don't cry, right, bro?
Oh,
but
he died.
it was that impactful for him. And I was like, yo, bro, it was like $3,000. It didn't change my life at all.
Yeah.
But it completely changed his life. And he's like, dude, whatever, like, I'm so grateful. And it wasn't for him to go travel, to
Right.
go spend money and buy something that he really wanted. It was to help his son, empower his son achieve his dreams
Right.
and achieve his goals. And I'm like, bro, I got you, bro. We've been friends since we're fucking 15 years old. Okay? I got you. All right? Just remember Uncle Sal's when this kid makes it to the league. But that's the type of stuff I do. Or my mom. I take care of my mom.
Right.
Okay? My mom, I don't have any money.
Yeah.
Okay? We just went on a trip. I took her to Israel. Okay? I spent a lot of money on this trip. We traveled for 10 days. It was amazing. Flights, hotels,
Yeah.
dinners,
Food.
tours, everything. But I looked at myself and I was like, all right, this is going to cost me 10 grand, let's say.
Right.
This 10 grand is a lifetime of memories for my mom and I together. Invaluable.
Yeah.
Invaluable. So Rick Ross hit the nail on the head. If you can empower the people around you, that's the best return on your investment.
Right. Yeah, I love that.
Anyway, I'm not loaning you any money.
Oh, dang it, darn it. I'll try again next week, huh?
What questions do you have on that?
Questions I have on that, I think it's more so just, I think the main point that really I connected with was just the feeling that you got when you helped the people around that you love. I think that, like you said, it's invaluable. You know, things will come, things will go, but once people are gone, that's it. And all you have left is memories. So I think when you invest in people to have certain memories and you get to be a part of that journey, there is something special in that. But I think it also, you just have to be mindful of like who they are to you before you do that, right? You don't want to just give it to your friend because you guys been friends for years. You want to give it to your friend that deserves it, that's been a good friend to you, and you see value in your investment that you do for your friend. And I think especially during tough times when you have people who do extend that hand of help, they look at you different. They look at you kind of like a savior. Like, wow, like you see something in me and you trust me enough. You trust me enough.
I'm your savior, y'all.
You
No,
trust,
I don't look at it. Yeah.
Right, but it's kind of like you, like for example, like your friend with his son, like the future of his son is so much more. There's so much more for him now because he's got this opportunity that you were able to.
You just made me think of something. If you're a saver, if you save that money, if you're a saver,
Yeah.
you can be someone's savior.
Aww. Is
That's
there like
it.
a sound?
Yeah, we're working on the sound effects, y'all. But it's right. But at the end of the day, if you, it's a but it is true.
Yes.
That, one time I was at this quick story. I'm at this event. It was called the International Day of Happiness.
Oh.
Right. My friend was throwing it. It was the happiness event.
Yay.
You know, I think it had some name, but it was all about happiness. And then they. There were certain speakers. There were monks. There were.
How do monks speak?
Yeah, I mean, usually with their mouth, but it was from the kingdom of Bhutar. Can you look this up? Maybe he's not a monk, but look up the kingdom of Bhutar.
There was monks speaking.
You know how they say that there's GDP?
Yeah.
Okay, they had something called gross domestic. They had GDH.
Bhutar?
Yeah, Bhutar, Kingdom of Bhutar. You all about that Bhutar, huh? Nah, and then look up gross domestic happiness.
Gross.
Okay, grow up. Absolutely. What's GDP stand
I'm
for?
sorry. You
What
said
is
monks speaking and you lost me.
What does GDP stand for?
I'm speaking.
What does GDP stand for?
Gross. D. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Gross domestic product.
Gross domestic
But they
product.
basically said that they weren't measuring gross domestic product in the kingdom of Bhutar. They were measuring gross domestic happiness. How happy were the people in their civilization, in their country? Did you find it, Joe?
Bhutan, yeah. So according to them.
Oh, is it Bhutan or Bhutar?
Bhutan. According to the government.
Hey, I know we have a huge
Not
audience
Bhutan.
in Bhutan. I apologize. I mistook. I thought it was Bhutar. Bhutan. 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 Gross domestic happiness. You found it?
Found it.
Okay, can you show that on the screen real quick? Okay. According to the Bhutanese government, the 4 pillars of GNH, gross, maybe it's gross net happiness, are sustainable, equitable, social, environmental conservation, preservation, promotion of culture. No, that ain't it. Oh, there it is. Scroll down. Gross national happiness. Right there. Okay.
It says.
Okay, so that is it. Okay,
It's
gotcha.
a philosophy that guides government in Bhutan, and it includes index which used to measure collective happiness and well-being of a population.
Okay, got it. So remember, I said I was right. Gross domestic happiness, GDH.
Good job.
Okay, see, this is like 10 years ago. I remember
Yay.
this. But I remember these guys gave a speech, and they were talking about the concept of happiness, right? And interesting, Andrew Tate actually had something to say on that recently that I can reference. But they were talking about the concept of happiness and that they wanted their people in their country to be the happiest people in the world. And they were actually, rather than focusing on GDP and everything that comes with that and domestic products and imports and exports, it's like, what do we need to do for our people of our country to be happy? I think all of us are at a certain level want to be happy, right? So they basically gave an example when they say that when you purchase things, when you go buy new shoes or when you go buy some new clothes or you go get a new car, whatever it is, your happiness at the first handful of days peaks. Right? Super happy. And then essentially it becomes a sugar high. And then you're like, all right, what else can I get in my life? What else can I get in my life? What else can I consume? What other materials can I obtain? And scientifically it starts to wane. However, when you help other people, like when I help certain friends out or did something nice for my mother, or I always say that every year I do the Special Olympics, or when I, help out a friend, or anything that you do nice in life, go to a homeless shelter, the happiness peaks. And then unlike when you buy stuff, it actually sustains for a way longer period of time. So listen, I'm not a scientist, but I play one on this podcast. I'm just saying that those are the types of things that actually will increase happiness.
Someone said Bhutan is an escort in Italian.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
I hope you get a little Bhutan in your life then, homie. Anyway, so that's what's going on out there. That was my story right there.
That is true.
You want to just
That is true. You want to do some super chats?
Yeah. All right, guys. Quick break right here, then we'll get more into talking money.
Okay.
So
let's do
Nat's gonna
some
read your super chats. By the way, I asked you guys to give me your craziest story with the DMs.
Someone said, I have it right here. Someone
Nat.
said, yes.
Do your best reading ability.
Okay.
Don't sleepwalk through these readings.
Okay.
This is very important. You're an integral part of the show, reading the super chats and the comments.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Someone's story. I'll read the story. He said, my ex found the girl I was finna switch her out for. Yeah, that's easy to find.
Now, did they actually say finna?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they spell?
I didn't know what finna was until like last year.
Did they say F-I-N-A?
Finna.
I was finna switch her out?
Yeah. That's
All
why you
right,
got
guys.
caught, because you
All
can't
right,
spell.
guys. Yeah.
You got caught because you can't spell. Okay. Then we have Caleb Box
my
in the
guy.
house.
That's my guy.
That is your guy. He said, Soy Boy, when are you coming on my show so we can chop it up? Love watching you achieve such great things. Man, keep it up.
Thanks, homie. When I'm in Dallas, you're my first call.
Yay. And then he also had 2 more things to say. He said, I found successful people prefer to be around more like-minded people who are hungry, but hungry people are far and few, which means we are scattered throughout the world / busy. So it appears to have a small friend group, but we don't. We just are a little scattered.
Understood.
Then we have a virtual Vox studio. Adam let me have Jorge's job. I wrote you on IG. Sorry, Jorge's job is not
He
for
wants
sale.
Jorge's job.
Jorge, we love you.
Jorge,
You're
they're
not for
coming for
sale.
your job, buddy.
They could never. They could never.
Jorge is
He's
way too valuable
Yes.
to valuetainment.
Yep.
You're going to have to come correct to take Jorge's job.
And even then, you have to get through me.
It's no posible.
No posible.
Here's my favorite thing about Jorge. Here's my favorite thing about Jorge.
Yeah.
It's a running joke, but it's my favorite thing about Jorge. There's a million things I could say, but when there's something good happens, they're like, "Hey, Jorge, I just want to let you know everything went great, and everything went smoothly, and congratulations, and we're gonna give you a bonus." Everything is like, "Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, and life is good, and I'm blessed to be here." But when a problem happens, hey, Jorge, I noticed that the audio wasn't working, and you didn't do your book report this month. And what happened? You were late to work. Hey, I don't speak English. I just happened to be here today. I no entiendo. Es posible. No entiendo la palabra. He's like, can't pick and choose your wins, homie. But we love Jorge.
We love Jorge here. Then we have JMC 436. Adam, you're aware John Anthony Lifestyle's talking about you and PBD. And then we have Beaten Cheeks. We missed you. We saw your message. We missed you in the chat. He said, if your IG isn't business, delete it. Simple. Social media is poison in general unless it's business. Too many incels without lives, killing social life.
Yeah.
Then we have Beaten Cheeks again. He said,
Mr. Cheeks to you.
Mr. Cheeks. He said, I've never had any social media, but 10 years ago, I took a picture of a girl after Bible study. I didn't realize the flash was on, and it took a bad turn. So I guess
he did what?
He took a picture of a girl and the flash was on.
Oh,
he
man.
said, look at her ass. Oh.
Oh, I have a horrible story with that.
I want to hear that. Let me read these. I want to hear it. And then we have, let me see if there's any last minute or chats. Okay, then we have Beaten Cheeks again. $50. Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Mr. Cheeks.
Mr. Cheeks. He said, went on a date with a girl who had the same phone without cover, went to use the bathroom, and I come back and she leaves me hanging after the date was going well. Turns out another girl sent me a nudie and she opened it from the preview screen. No bueno. That is horrible, Beaten Cheeks. Do better, brother.
I mean, when your name is Beaten Cheeks, what do you expect to happen?
Some cheeks sent to you. What's your story? I want to know your story.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
well, thank you guys for the super chats. Of course,
we'll read more.
Subscribe.
We'll definitely read more at the end.
Yes.
I actually have a hilarious story with this.
Let's hear it.
So you told the story about what now? Someone took a picture. What was it? With the
Beaten Cheeks took a picture of a girl at Bible study, but the flash was on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Here's my story.
I've had people take pictures of me at the gym.
Really?
Yeah. And
How do you know?
Because I saw them like this, and then I turned and I went up to them. I said, "Did you take a picture of me?" They're like, "No, no, no." I'm like, "Can I see?" And then they did. And I was like, "If you don't mind, can you just delete it? It's a little weird for me. Like, you can follow me on Instagram, but like that's a little weird for me." And they're like, "No problem."
You called them out.
Yeah, and he was like, "No problem. Like, I get it." And then I just gave my Instagram. I'm like, "Just look on there. Like,
That's really awkward.
Don't be taking pictures like that in the gym. Like, that's weird."
Okay.
But I'm nice about it. So
I'll
but I
tell
want
us
to
one
hear
story,
your
and then we're
story.
going to get more into talking money. So, it's about 10 years ago.
Oh, sure.
Okay. We all know that my buddy, the guy that married Kim Kardashian, we've gone down this path.
Right.
But we go on vacation together. It was a whirlwind year. We go on vacation. We go to, do you remember who Joe Francis was? Joe Francis was the guy that invented or ran and founded Girls Gone Wild.
Oh.
Okay? Which, before the internet and before social media,
Yeah.
in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, nobody was killing the world more than Joe freaking Francis.
Yikes.
This guy had girls going wild. Okay?
Yikes.
And the guys were like, can you picture a time when dudes, their business model was they would send you VHS tapes so you could watch girls going wild across the world. Party edition, college edition, you know, whatever it was, girls in the Bahamas, you would buy VHSs to do what? Watch girls go wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this was 20 years ago.
Ew.
Okay? And they would advertise all over TV, like Girls Gone Wild. Anyway, I digress. So here I am. There's a select group of us. It's all of Kim's best friends, AKA her sisters.
Right.
And two of her best friends. And then all of Chris's best friends, the groomsmen in the wedding.
Right.
Me, a couple other buddies, Scott Disick,
Yeah.
Rob Kardashian, like the whole crew. So we go to Mexico.
I remember this episode.
We fly into some Puerto Vallarta. We take some thing, go out there, and we go to this guy's private estate. It's ridiculous. It's like the house that Girls Gone Wild built.
Oh.
Okay? So we get there, and like the first day there, we're like, yo, we're on vacation. Let's live it up. Let's have a good time.
Yeah.
We're on vacation. Next thing you know, Kim K, yes, Kim K, goes and takes her top off, and she starts swimming in the pool.
Naked.
No, like with a bathing suit,
Oh,
doing her
okay.
thing.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh shit. I mean, because I've already hung out with Kim, like we've hung out with them
Yeah.
multiple times. But now I'm seeing her swim in a bathing suit. I'm like, kind of like your boy in the gym. I'm like, I do a little photo.
You're a
I don't even
creep.
know if video was capable back then.
Yeah.
Take a photo, and I swear to God, she goes, Adam, what was that?
Yeah.
I go, what? Did you just take a picture of me? No. I saw the flash. I'm like, no, I was taking a picture of the sunset. It's 2 p.m., motherfucker. Like, I'm like, most awkward.
Gotta do a Jorge.
Got
No
caught.
English?
Yeah, I had to pull a Jorge. It was like, hey, no speak English. Estoy en Mexico. Yo soy un gringo en Mexico. No entiendo nada. No tengo un cámara, mi phone. She's like, okay, just delete it. Thank you. I was like, you talk about you called out the homie in the gym.
Yeah.
I got called out by Kim K for taking a picture. And then everyone's like, yo, can you not? I was like, yo, my bad. I'm just, you know.
I'm a fucking dog.
My bad, bro. So I learned then and there, sometimes you have to learn your lesson. Like
Yes.
all the lessons I'm giving out here about deleting the DMs or whether it's a money lesson, it's like, because I fucked up in my 20s.
I know.
And I'm trying to spit game to you guys
Yes.
now that I'm 40.
Yeah.
So what I've learned now is when I'm going to take a picture, because we all do, or do a video, turn your flash off, ladies and gentlemen, and don't get caught.
No.
No? All right.
I don't agree. I think you should just not take people's photos. That's kind of weird. That's weird. Going around snapping photos of people.
I don't go around snapping photos. I'm just saying, listen, we all know you're on Instagram stories. Some homeless dude is out here, and he's just like,
Yeah, but a homeless
he's getting in a fight with a
dude
chicken.
is different
You're
than
just
a
like,
girl
look,
like
you're
taking
look
her
at this
top
homeless
off.
dude. I'm
Like,
just
that's
saying,
totally
people
different.
do what people do, and you're gonna film some stuff sometimes. Word to the wise, turn your flash off. I don't know what you're filming. I don't know why you're filming it. I don't know who you're filming. I'm just letting you know, turn the flash off. Don't end up getting caught like your boy Saz here by Kim K, having to fucking pretend that I don't speak English in Mexico. No tiene no problemas.
Yeah.
Anyway, Can we talk a little bit of money real quick?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk some money.
Okay, let's talk a little bit of money. So this was actually something we covered on the PBD podcast today, but I want to enhance it. I want to go deeper. I want to have this discussion. I want our financial analyst who couldn't tell you what a GDP is or ROI is or IRR is, Nat, who can barely spell. I want to get her thoughts on some of the money stuff going on out here. But here's actually an article from Fox Business. It's entitled, "Do You Think You're Rich? Here's What Americans Say." So here's actually the article. I'm going to read it real quick. We can push out of that. So, no, you can remove that. I got this, Joe. Here, I'm just going to read it real quick. Here we go.
He got it.
So according to the 2023 Modern Wealth Survey by Charles Schwab. You talked to Chuck recently?
Chuck?
Yeah, Charles Schwab. You don't know nothing. Just kidding. Talk to Chuck. Americans believe it takes 2.2 million to be considered wealthy. But those who feel wealthy, they actually have an average net worth of $560,000. So the survey reveals a couple different things to my friends out there. That 62% of Americans prioritize healthy relationships, right? Relationships are everything.
Right.
Healthy relationships as the key indicator of wealth, while 70% believe wealth is more about not having to stress over money. Oh my God, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
So social media actually we talked about deleting your social media. Social media impacts wealth perceptions with almost half, 47% of Americans saying being able to afford a lifestyle comparable to that of their friends makes them feel wealthy. Additionally, 37% compare their lifestyles to what family and friends share on social media, and 34% make purchase decisions based on what they see on social media. So just doing the numbers real quick, 34%, 37%, 47%, that's about an average of 40%, meaning 4 out of 10 people, 2 out of 5 people are simply doing things to keep up with the Joneses. Yeah. Oh, I see them doing that on social media. I got to keep up. Oh, I see this person has that. I got to keep up. Oh, this person's doing all that. They're traveling here. I got to go there. Hey, if I don't document it on Instagram, did this trip even happen? Got to do that. Oh, this person's driving this car. Got to get that. This is what is called a recipe for disaster, ladies and gentlemen. Just copying and emulating other people for the sake of keeping up with the Joneses, okay? So what I would also say is this. You know, they say that 70% believe wealth is more about not having to stress over money. Oh my God, is that true? Right? You know, Biggie said back in the day, more money, more problems. Hell no. I like what Kanye had to say. He says, having money isn't everything, but not having it is. It's so true. Okay? If you don't have to stress over paying your bills or paying rent or making your car payment, your utilities, having to stress about sending your kids to summer camp, having to stress about, oh, I don't know if we can afford these nicer groceries this month. Dude, that is the ultimate stress in life, actually going bill to bill. One of the most freeing things that I have in my life is financial freedom. But let me go deeper. What financial freedom comes with is the ability to think long term, okay? We all heard about, oh, I'm paycheck to paycheck. I'm week to week, I'm month to month. Here's what happens when you're actually financially free, whatever that number is to you, whether that's 100 grand or 500 grand or $1 million or 2.2 million, whatever financially free means to you. Here's what happens. You no longer have to stress about day-to-day bills. You no longer have to stress about paycheck to paycheck. You no longer have to stress about paying rent this month. And what happens is you have 6 to 12 months of savings, an emergency account, okay? Emergency savings, a cushion. But then what happens is, holy shit, I've got enough money that I don't have to work this year. I don't have enough money that I don't have to stress about bills for 5 years. And then all of a sudden you can think, all right, well, I'm still going to work. I'm not retiring at 40. All right, let me think 3 years in the future. Let me think 5 years in the future. Let me actually do some long-term planning of where I want to be. Because savings is a 1 to 2 year thing.
Right.
Savings is a 1 to 2 year thing. Investing is a 3, 5, 10, 50-year game plan. So before you can get into investing, you actually have to have your savings in order. So the most freeing thing I've ever had in my life is straight up not stressing about paying bills this month or even this year. And that's where actual growth will come from, where I'm like, all right, cool, I know I'm good this year. I'm good. I know I'm good for the next few years. What's next in the future for me? That's the most freeing, liberating thing. Last thing I'll say about this.
I don't know if saying, like, if you can pay your bills and you have extra savings deems you as wealthy. I think that deems you as maybe, like, financially free and stable. To me, like, wealth is, like, legacy type of money. That's wealth, in my opinion.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, that's the next level of what they call next level wealth.
Well, I think it's like being rich and then being wealthy.
No doubt. Wealthy is better than rich.
Yes. 1,000%.
Okay. But so use these numbers where they say that Americans believe it takes 2.2 million to be considered wealthy, but those who feel wealthy today have an average net worth of 560,000. So you know how they say comparison is the thief of joy? We just discussed that. So don't compare yourself to others. Oh, this person has this car. This person's going here. Compare yourself to where you were last year, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Am I improving or am I stagnant? Because if you're not improving, you don't just stay stagnant.
Right.
You start going downhill from there.
Right.
You're either going up or down. No one just stays
the same.
Stagnant.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work that way. So these numbers, so 560,000. So as an example, if you're 25 years old and you have a net worth of 560,000, dude, you're the man. Okay, if you're 75 years old and you have a net worth of 560,000, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So age
Great point.
is actually the biggest factor when it comes to wealth.
Great point.
Specifically age, okay? Because the younger you are and the bigger number, wow, you're killing the game. The older you are, the bigger the number, it's like...
Expected.
It's expected at that point.
Right.
Okay? Actually, I think we have some stats from CNBC. Speaking of age by wealth, here's compare yourself. So when I talked about don't comparing yourself to others, can we punch in on that? Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to where you should be and where you were. So if you're less than 35, so you know the difference between mean and average?
Tell me.
Okay. So the average is adding it all up and dividing. But the mean is basically saying, all right, this is spread across 1 million people. And it just, they take the actual middle number.
Of all of them.
Of all of them. So it comes to the median of it, not the average of it. Because basically what the average does is it's going to factor in all the billionaires out there.
Right.
And it's going to completely skew the average, okay? So what I like to focus on is median net worth. So if you're under 35, the median net worth of where you should be in this country is only $13,900. Basically, we talked about net worth as a function of your age. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay? But your average net worth, so if you want to take the high end, should be $76,000. Okay, cool. Now you're doing something. But as your age increases, your net worth should increase. Exactly, because it's a function of age. So 35 to 44, the median net worth is $91,000, whereas the average net worth is $436,000. That's why I don't focus on the average. Because you have a 35-year out there like, yo, you expect me to have 450 fucking grand in the bank? Like, what are you talking about? That's not where I'm at. But I'm giving you the low end, the median, and the average. Okay. It's a little skewed. So if you're in your 40s, 168,000, then all of a sudden the average is 830,000, so on and so forth. I don't think we have too many people in our 50s and 60s watching this. But the point is, your net worth should be comparable by your age. So don't feel distracted that somebody out there is a millionaire or a billionaire and you're 24 years old. It's like you haven't been working for more than 3 years, 2 years.
Are you above average?
I'm well above average.
Okay.
Yes, I'm well above average. But my goal is to, But this is why, so I say this all the time. When I was 25, I was my brokest friend. And I was like, all right, I got to figure this out. I told a story about my idiot friend who made 70 grand on one real estate deal. I'm like, your dumbass just made 70 grand this year? No, on this one deal. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I got to get my life together. And that was like my aha moment where I had to figure it out. So then I spent the next 10 years grinding, hustling. I moved out of Miami, moved up to Boca, got away from all the nonsense. Like people didn't see me. I'm just hustling.
Right.
10 years later, I'm like, holy shit. I'm a millionaire.
Yeah.
This just happened. 35 years old. This is a thing right now. Oh my God. And that was my dream. I just wanted to not be a broke ass dude sleeping on friends' couches, and I became a millionaire. And that was my ceiling. I'm like, all right, so maybe I'll make more. But then we talked about you are the sum of the people that you hang out with, and your network is your net worth.
Right.
Then you meet a guy and you team up with a guy like PBD. He's like, $1 million, you're just gonna stop there, guy?
Yeah.
That's your dream? You just hit your dream and you're done?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, let's go, let's keep going. Because there's always a different level. So we discussed this with PBD today. It's like, that guy, so my whole thing was like, I just want to be dope in Miami.
Right.
I want to be a guy around here. He's like, Miami, it's one city. It's like, I want to take over the world. I'm like, the world, it's a big place. He's like, yeah, hop on the rocket ship, buddy. We're going out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, dude. So sometimes, you know how they say it's you are the sum of the 5 people. Sometimes it's really just one person in that 5 that's gonna like, let's go, y'all. Let's do the damn thing.
My grandma said something similar. She would say, tell me who you walk with and I'll tell you who you are.
Tell me who you walk with.
And I'll tell you who you are. Because sometimes maybe it's just one person that you're walking with and that's your association and that tells you like the direction you're going.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's
well, listen, you know how they say guilty by association?
Yeah. Thank
I'm
God.
guilty as fuck by association with PBD. No doubt.
Thank God.
Yeah. Step your game up.
Yes.
But yeah, that's just a little money talk right there.
I like that. My mom says, love you, Adam. Love you, Nat.
Who said that?
My mom.
Your mom?
Yeah.
What's up, D?
Shout out to you, mommy.
How you doing?
Love you, mommy.
Anyway, as we're kind of going down this money path right now, I actually came across this tweet that I actually thought was awesome.
Oh, you're on Twitter a lot now.
I'm on Twitter
I see.
these days.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm on Twitter these days.
Shout
Well,
out
you know,
to
when you
you.
get canceled from the Instagram, you know, the backup is Twitter. I'm not worried about getting canceled on Twitter. Thank you, Elon Musk. But I'm on Twitter. And what I will say this is that the difference between Twitter and Instagram is kind of like almost like a cool contest. Look at what I got going on. Look who I'm hanging out with. Look where I'm traveling to. You know, like my post and all that. Twitter is actually where the intellectuals hang out and the free thinkers hang out. And the people who actually have something to say are actually doing their thing. And that's something that I'm developing, but ingratiating myself into the Twitter sphere. And I'm seeing a lot of good stuff out there, a lot of smart people posting stuff, a lot of humor going on out there, like witty type stuff, not just crazy videos, but actually really, really switched on people, as the Brits say. Switched on, mate, switched on. So some switched on people. And I saw this post and I thought that it would be helpful to show you what this was, and then read some of the stuff that I found out each of these people. So here are the age. This is from Andrew Lokenauth, who goes by Fluent in Finance. So shout out to you, buddy, if you ever see this. So this is at the age at the first $1 million for these people. So Beyonce was 20.
Wow.
Steve Jobs was 23. Bill Gates was 26. Michael Jordan, the GOAT, was 26. Jay-Z, 26. Elon Musk, 27. Naval Ravikant, great Indian entrepreneur. He was 27. Sorry, 29. Warren Buffett, 30. Oprah, 32. Gary Vee, 34. Jeff Bezos, 33. I'm not sure where they put Jeff Bezos over that.
So, mind you, the $1 million when those people were that age was a lot more money during those time. Yeah.
So I'm going to read some of their more famous quotes. We're good on that. And you tell me what stands out to you the most.
Oh, no.
And I actually want the audience. I'm going to read about 10 quotes right now. You tell me what stands out the most. Can we get started on this thing now?
Let's do it.
So, Beyonce, who I think is a beautiful person, an average musician, but a smart businesswoman. I've said repeatedly that I think Rihanna is way more talented than Beyonce, music-wise.
Really?
Oh, yeah, beyond. But here's what she said, and you let me know if you notice any common themes here. She said, I don't like to gamble, but if there's one thing I'm willing to bet on, it's myself.
Love that.
Love
that.
Okay. Steve Jobs. He said the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. Like PBD, what I just said, where he's like, dude, we're going to take over the world. I'm like, oh shit, this guy's crazy enough to actually think that?
Yeah.
Let's do it. My dream was not that big. I just wanted to be a millionaire in Miami. Done that, 35. Now PBD's like, millionaire in Miami. It's like, we got the world to take over, buddy. Got the world to change. Okay, let's Steve Jobs this thing up, PBD. So the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do. Got it. Zuck, your friend Zuck, your boy, with all that sunscreen on his face, he said this: the biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that is changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. The saddest people in life are the people that are, they're 80 years old, or like, they just have regret. They're filled with regret. Oh, I should have done this. I had this opportunity one time, but I never did. It's like the younger you are, the more risks you can take, especially in the business world. I'm not talking about doing anything fucking stupid like going on a submarine to fucking see the Titanic. But the more risks you can take business-wise, the more risks you can take to stock exposure, to Bitcoin exposure, to any risky asset class. Why? Because you got time to make it back up. But I fully agree with that, is that the biggest risk you can take is not taking any risk. Bill Gates, he said, it's fine to celebrate success, but it's more important to learn from the lessons of failure. Holy crap, that's so true.
I like that one.
Surround yourself with people who challenge you, teach you, and push you to be your best self. I love that. You can celebrate success, but it's more important to learn from the lessons of failure. How many times do I say, oh man, this didn't go that well? Whatever it was, whether it was an episode, whether it was a situation, whether it was a call, whether it was a strategy session, and we learn from failure. You know, they say, fail forward fast.
Oh, yes.
That like make mistakes,
quick,
get the mistakes out of the way, and recover from them. Like that. Speaking of failure,
Who
sorry,
said that one?
my lip is like falling off right here.
It's okay, I bite mine.
All right.
Who said that one?
That was Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Michael Jordan said, I can accept failure because everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying, right? He also says some people want it to happen, some people wish it would happen, and some others make it happen. Okay.
I like that.
Jay-Z, the genius thing that we did was we didn't give up.
Straightforward.
Elon Musk, I love this. You get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of the problems you solve.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Elon. Put a one in the chat if you want Elon on the SOSCAST.
Trying to get him on PBD podcast.
Yeah.
That's between me, you, and the wall right now.
Yeah, well.
My good friend Naval says, play the long-term games with long-term people. All returns in life, whether wealth, relationships, or knowledge, come from compound interest. Don't I know it? All the get-rich-quick people out there, all the people, the scammers, all the people who are like the microwave hustle, hurry up, make your money, blah, blah. They don't have a long-term vision.
Right.
They don't understand that you have a reputation. And if you do something, you screw something over, if you do the wrong things, people are going to talk. Where are you going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now?
Yeah.
So that's that. All right. Here's an easy one. We hear it all the time. Warren Buffett, the most important investment you can make is an investment in yourself. He also says the more you learn, the more you can earn. And if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Oh,
jeez.
For sure. You said that to the other day for a friend. It's like, dude, if you don't come to work, you don't get paid. Because you get paid when you sit in front of the computer.
Yeah.
Okay? I found a situation in my life where I work on these deals, not on podcasts, for my financial firm, where I initiate a deal. The deals take 3 months to do.
Yeah.
And I wake up one day and they're like, yeah, 28 grand just hit your account for that deal that I started 3 months ago. It's like, all right, that's nice. Thanks, dude. And I'm not actively working to make money. That's the beautiful thing about being in finance is these deals can be funded.
Right.
And you can make money while you're sleeping. Your girl Oprah says, only surround yourself with people who are going to lift you higher. This is exactly what we started the whole episode with about Snoop Dogg and Rick Ross and surrounding yourself with people that actually elevate you. And then Jeff Bezos. I know if I failed, I wouldn't regret that, but the one thing I would regret is not trying. I feel like that's exactly what Mark Zuckerberg said. right? Not taking risks, not regret trying. So what was your favorite quote? By the way, I have one more.
Let me see it.
Here's actually a good one.
Let me see it.
Can I read one more and then I'll give this to you?
Okay.
Andrew Tate,
T.
in his 41 Tenets, he says, I believe that men have the divine imperative to become as capable, powerful, and competent as possible in life.
Why you read it like that?
I don't know, I
Why
feel like,
you read it like
I feel like how Tate would read it.
Yeah.
Very passionately.
Read it again. I missed it. Like that.
Andrew Tate, number one of his 41 Tenets. He actually read this on the PBD podcast the first time we did an interview for the first time ever. This was breaking news. He says, I believe that men that have the divine imperative to become as capable, powerful, and competent as possible in life. And I can't breathe now.
Sorry. I like this. I like that one.
Yeah, I mean, I do my best. Here's the one I like the best.
Okay.
Other than Tate's, obviously.
Can you read
'cause
it
he's a
like
buddy.
in the accents? I'm really
All
feeling.
right, stop it.
I'm liking it.
Whose accent?
Whoever's you're reading, like your impersonations are great. Chat loves it. I love it.
Okay, gotcha.
Next one.
You want me to impersonate Beyonce? What are you saying right now?
Yes.
If you don't have- I hate her songs. I hate them.
Really?
I don't know why.
I don't mind. her song.
Anytime I see, if I'm ever dating a girl, or if I see a girl and she does this whole thing, I'm just like, yo, just go away, go. If you like it better, just go.
Be
If you like it better, just go away. Just go. Just freaking go. This whole,
Yeah.
just go away. Find someone else to buy you a fucking ring. It ain't gonna be me. No. Anyway, I'm not gonna start doing all these accents. I will say this. I really liked what Bill Gates had to say. And
Me
I know
too.
Bill Gates gets a lot of heat these days.
Yeah.
And, Elon Musk shits on the dude. But he says it's fine to celebrate success, but it's more important to learn from the lessons of failure.
Yeah.
You don't really learn from success. It's hard to learn from success. If everything, I won again. Did this. Made money. Accolade. Award.
Right.
You don't really learn a lot from that. That's great. That's what you want. But a lot of times the biggest lessons you're going to learn in life is when you completely fall on your face.
Yeah.
Or when you screw up or something stupid happens and you're like, what an idiot move that was. What could I have done better? Because that's when you have to go back to the drawing board.
Right.
That's when you have to start strategizing and being like, all right, cool. I just took an L, like Nat takes all the time in the chat, L for Nat. But that's when you actually have to strategize and be like, how can I improve?
Right.
How can I get better? If all you have is success, you don't really have something like a barometer for you to be like, all right, cool. What can I do better? How can I change this? Because you're just used to winning. That's my thing. You want to pick yours?
Yeah, I'll pick mine. And plus, you also don't learn how to have like a comeback from losing. Sometimes people fail and like they fail their way out. And they don't.
Last one.
Yeah, you need the last one. The ones that I really liked was I loved the Beyonce quote. And I
What
liked
was her quote?
Her quote was, "I don't like to gamble, but if there's one thing I'm willing to bet on, it's myself." I think that's really powerful. I think sometimes it's easy to rely on other people and resources. You forget the things that you're able to do for yourself. I loved the Steve Jobs ones. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are usually the ones that do. And then I loved the Elon Musk one. You get paid in the direct proportion to the difficulty of the problems you solve. I love that.
That's so true.
Yes.
But
And
about
I
Elon.
like the Tate one because you did the accent.
The Tate one?
Yeah.
I believe that men have the divine imperative to become as capable, powerful, and competent as possible in life. Yes, Andrew Tate, I fully agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah. It's called being a man. So, look, in summary is this. You got to have the right mindset. Some of this stuff, like, just let this stuff soak in.
Right.
Because your mindset can either make you or break you, all right? But like I say all the time, play in the long game. Like what our buddy Naval had to say, play the long game. Success takes time. Women a lot of times get their success on the front end. Men get their success on the back end. It's like the front nine in golf and the back nine in golf, okay?
Golf.
I'll see you on the 19th green. 19th hole?
Green.
So you don't play golf either?
No, never.
Okay.
Green.
All right. Thank you for that.
You don't play golf either.
I don't play golf.
Okay, then.
I'll tell you a quick golf story. A guy tells me, I'm 26 years old, okay? He says, we go to a business meeting. was up in Jacksonville, Florida, and it was a golf outing, business thing. I just got started in my career, and he's like, "Oh, you golf?" I'm like, "Nah, I play basketball." He's like, "You don't golf?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "You're never gonna make it in this business if you don't golf. Business gets done on the golf course."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Really, bro?" He's like, "Trust me on this thing, buddy. If you don't golf, you're done with." I'm like, "All right, this can't be true."
Yeah.
Like, that's the only way to make it in this business. Not hard work, not late nights, not perseverance, not taking no for an answer, not networking, not strategizing, not improving, not reading. Golf, that's the answer with your fat ass, Bill? All right, let me see if I can make it. 10 years later, success, great, accolades, awesome. I run into Bill at another conference. I'm at these financial conferences. I'm like, "Dude, where have you been? I haven't seen you in years." He's like, "Oh, after the recession, I got laid off, and I had to get I worked to a different company, and, I had some tough times, and now I'm getting back on my feet. I'm working at this company." And I go, "Spent a little too much time on the golf course there,
Stop
Bill?"
it.
He's like, "Oh, you son of a bitch. Why I oughta?"
Oh, that was a good comeback.
All right.
Only because you don't play golf, though.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at golf is like, okay, so you're with 3 other people for 4 hours. It's like, how much time do you really need to spend? Like, can't you just have that same
Well, for some people,
at a dinner,
well,
at a business meeting?
But exactly, some people prefer to do like an activity and have their type of meeting than a dinner. I know
Fine.
you're more of a dinner.
I get it, but the point is, you're gonna be just fine if you don't play golf.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
You're not gonna be Tiger Woods, y'all, in order to be successful in life and business. Okay?
Correct. Yeah.
You know you know how often PBD plays golf? Never.
He said he's not good, right? I think
He's doing just fine.
he's okay.
He's doing just freaking fine. All right.
It's all right. We don't golf around here.
So anyway, we'll talk a little success. I'll tell you one guy, I think the world of this guy. When I think of success in life, in business, helping men, with women, dating, relationships, all that, I think of my friend Michael Certain. He actually has something great to say about being competent, right? We'll play this video real quick of him about why women find competent men attractive, and we'll discuss it on the other side.
Attractive. The best fisherman, the best hunter, the best builder, the best provider, the best protector. That was a sign of competency. Money is an analogy, a 2023 analogy in modern times for competency, which women find attractive. And so that's the reason why extreme levels of competency can overcome men who are physically unattractive or short or overweight or even have a terrible personality. We've all seen the super rich guy with the hot girl. That's an example of where competency outweighs that. So there must be an answer somewhere in our evolutionary past to explain why that is. Competency is what women found attractive.
Okay.
The best fisherman.
So one thing that I'll say about Michael is I say he's like the coolest nerd I've ever met. Because he's like, one second he's out in the club with the hundreds of girls, and the other second he's talking about evolutionary biology and citing what happened 10 million years ago and how the cavemen turned into what we know today. It's like the polarity is actually incredible.
It's competent.
But he's what?
It's competent.
He's competent, that's for sure. But we all know that competence leads to confidence. If you're good at something, you develop a confidence at it. Like, I knew nothing about money. I knew nothing about working hard, but I started focusing. I started with cold calling. Then I started building up my book, started having a ton of success. All of a sudden, I became known for something. I was competent in the financial world. That led to confidence. All of a sudden, I'm in front of a camera or I'm on stage speaking, and it's like, I actually know what the hell I'm talking about. Right. I'm confident. And then when you're confident, it's like, you develop a swagger and you develop a thing about it that it's like, yo, I can take over the world, I can do whatever I want to do. But if you don't actually succeed in something, you don't have competence, you'll never develop that confidence. And that's actually what he's talking about right there. So, women always say this, where they find ambition on a man attractive.
Yes.
Look at that. She just lit up. She's like, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, do it again.
Yes.
Yes. But So it's more than just actually making the money or having the money and spending the money. It's that women want a man with a plan.
Yeah.
And if it's like, get on board, baby, I got this thing. I'm ambitious. I got a plan. I'm competent. I'm confident. Hop on board. It's like, even if you don't have any money yet, women can just kind of smell the success is coming.
Like when you watch a man kind of like be stressed out and like struggle, but he makes it out and like he hits his goal. It's so hot.
Really?
It's so hot. Yeah.
What is it? Why is that hot?
Because it's kind of like you're watching somebody who, you know, you see a future with in a rut, in a very low place, a very stuck place, and you see them get out of it. For a woman, it's like, okay, you're doing that right now and you're in a place of just taking care of yourself. In the future, we're together, we get married, we have kids, our family's in a rut. I know for sure you have that hustle, that ground, that ambition to get us all out of that rut. And that's even more likely when women see that, you get to also test their level of support, right? If you see your man struggling and he's going through it and he's going through the grind, he's stressed out, he's doing this, watch how your women behave. Are they supporting you? Will they leave you? Are they doing things that make you kind of, I just don't want you in my life right now, right?
Ooh.
Like those are telltales to also test your woman. And I say this because I am more attracted to people who maybe aren't the most successful. I'm more attracted to people who are like on the way of success.
That ambition.
That ambition. So when I see men like really on their grind and doing their thing, and then they hit levels of success, to me, that I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm turned on. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go with you, daddy. Like,
that
let's
ambition
go.
Gonna get these girls wishing for some of that nutrition.
Ooh.
I'm just.
I like that.
Okay, I'm doing the best I can. But this is what we talked about the other day. Like when I asked the panel of women on the last show, where does looks rank on your list of your checklist for a man? None of the women said number one.
No.
None of them.
It's all good. You could be a little
Some girls said top 3.
Yeah, that was the
Some
highest.
girls said top 5. One of the girls said, I don't know if it's even in my top 10.
It's all right.
Let me tell you something. For a guy, looks and attractiveness.
Number 1, we got it.
You better believe that's at the top or near the top of the list.
Correct.
But that's the difference. So all you ugly, ambitious motherfuckers out there,
women
there's
want
some
you.
hope for you, homie.
Yes.
Look at Pete Davidson.
He's not ugly.
No, he's not attractive.
Yeah, he's not ugly though.
He's not attractive.
I think he's.
Anyway, men are success objects. Women are beauty objects. That's just kind of how it works.
Yes.
Anyway, so this is why you need to focus on becoming the best version of yourself. What I said the other day, when I had all the women look into the camera and say, gentlemen, this is what I believe. I said, gentlemen, make your money, look your best, act your best.
Yes.
Be a man. Okay? Because if you make money and you're confident and you're competent, world's your oyster, homie.
Yes.
This is what's called the full package. Money, personality, looks equals status. Go ahead, win that game.
I like that math.
There it is. All right. With that being said, we've spoken about money. Let's get into a little bit of dating stuff, a little bit of relationship stuff.
Okay.
And then we'll
wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Like my friends should do on the weekends.
Yes. Just talking about yourself.
I'm just saying.
And all you gentlemen out there, wrap it up.
Just take care of yourself.
Yeah, be safe.
Anyway, you ever been in a situation where, gentlemen, talking to you guys, you ever been in a situation where you're chasing a girl, but she don't want you, and you try harder, and it's like, now she still doesn't want you?
Girls don't like
and you're
that.
going for that? Girls do not like that.
No.
But then you'll be in a situation where maybe you get her, and you feel like you've won. But it doesn't work that way. The universe doesn't want that to happen. And I actually think that's encapsulated well from our friend TK Kirkland, who was speaking over here. So go ahead.
You know when a woman doesn't want to rock with you, but the guy pursues her? You're gonna get with me. We keep pursuing. At my age, from what I see, the universe is protecting you, but you don't see it. And you keep chasing this person that the universe don't want you with. Then you wind up having a baby. You start having some of the most chaotic things in your life happen, pain, confusion.
Yes.
Because you don't understand frequency.
Yes.
See, when you get older, listening to people, that's why I'm on this
I've
planet.
been there.
You got to know how to read it like reading music.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see that the woman is not interested, don't be mad. It's that the universe sees something you don't see.
Yes.
And they're protecting you. You know how when...
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So there's, you know, people call them simps. I don't go down that path. It's like you want something, you go for it. Maybe she doesn't want you.
Mm-hmm.
But our friend is basically saying that's the universe protecting you. Because the last thing you want is for the woman to have the upper hand in the relationship. I'm sorry. A friend asked me this the other day. He says, do you think it's more important for you to love your girl more or for her to love you more? And obviously the obvious answer is like, well, you should both love each other equally. Obviously, that's how this works. Not so fast. Because you want your girl to almost kind of like look up to you.
Right.
And be a fan of yours.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a fan of your girl. You want to love your girl. You want to appreciate your girl.
Support her, yeah.
But this is why they say that, like, this is the whole concept of hypergamy. This is why women date up. They want a guy who's got more money than them, more experience than them, nicer things than them, more accolades than them, more friends than them, more success than them. Women want to date up, where men, they will gladly date down. They want you to have less experience as them, less money. I'll take care of you, girl. Less body count, less of everything. Like less of, I don't want you to know every person in the club when I walk in.
Yeah.
I want you to know nobody. I want to show you the world like I'm freaking Aladdin out here.
Aw.
But that's exactly how this works, is that that the woman, so the answer to that is, I think that the woman should love the man just a little bit more, because she's like, oh, I'm so in awe with my man. I love hanging out with him. He's so amazing. Versus a girl kind of looking down because you love her a little bit more. That's, it's a slippery slope, I get it, because the obvious answer is you should love each other equally. But for a
Right.
relationship to work, I truly believe that the woman should really be admirer of the man, and the man be like, I got you, baby. Let me protect you. Let me take care of you.
But I think also, I think what women find attractive is, obviously you want the man to be interested in you, but there's something about watching a man putting his hustle and his grind as a priority and watching him and like his ambition. Like we just talked about that. Women, when they see a man put their priorities first, which is like work, their health, those things, I think that's more attractive to women, because it's like, if I support someone like this and I attach myself to someone like this, by default, I will also be a person like this. I think when men start to put women as like what they're chasing, for some women, I know for me, when people like will put me as like what they're chasing, I feel like, what is it? I don't want to say like reliable, but I feel like responsible for this man's happiness. And if I'm not in a good place, I'm having a moment, I'm moody that day, then that means his grind and his hustle is all going to be all over the place, because he's focusing on me, not on the things that matter. So I think that's very important, that men, you do need to focus on other priorities, not women. Women will come. Women will see your hustle, your grind, your hard work, and all the sacrifices you make, and they will attach themselves to you. But as soon as you start making women as your priority, I think women almost shy away, like, oh my God, I'm responsible for this man's happiness. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm eating later. Like, I don't even know like what tomorrow is. Like, so just be mindful of like what you're putting as your priority and what your goal is, because women find certain things attractive and unattractive.
Pursue success, not women. If you pursue success and you're successful,
Yeah.
the women will come. It's like they said in the movie The Field of Dreams, if you build it,
They will come. Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I got it.
I just said they're going to come. They're
Yeah.
going to show up.
Yeah.
Stop, get your mind
They're
out the
gonna
gutter.
show up.
No doubt. All right. Let's wrap up for a sec. Do you have any super chats?
Let me check. I don't.
But I there's one more thing that I actually want to do. So we do.
Yeah, quick.
Okay. So here's the happy ending, and then we'll do the super chats and we'll wrap up.
Yeah.
Okay. Every once in a while I'm on Instagram, you know, because I show love to my friends out there. I'm liking their photos. I'm double tapping. I'm making comments. I'm saying, you go, boy. You're doing your thing. I see you. So sometimes some of these guys who I'm showing love to, some of them are friends, sometimes I have them on the show.
Right.
Sometimes they spit knowledge on the show. Sometimes they're out here giving game to you guys out there. And I came across a post from a buddy of mine who's been on the show before. And I actually wanted to give him some love.
Oh.
And because I think of what he did was actually incredible. And I think what he said was actually inspirational. So we have a clip from my buddy, D1.
Oh,
He's a rapper. He's been on the show before. Since we've given some love to Snoop Dogg,
He shows
to
me
Rick
love.
Ross out there,
Yeah.
let me give some love to maybe an artist you've never heard from before
Right.
or heard about. Maybe seen him on my show. Maybe you're familiar with his music. I became familiar with him because he did a song called I'm Paying Sally Mae Back,
Yeah.
where it was a play on words, a double entendre, where he paid back his student loans, paid Sally Mae back, but he was driving a Maybach. It was great. It was awesome. And I've had him on the show before. And I think one of the things, it was actually a viral clip, and he talked about, listen, you might not have success when you're 20. It might take you 3 years. It might take you 5 years. It might take you 10 years. But your time is coming. It was a clip that went viral. And I was like, no doubt. That's something that I completely subscribe to. But I saw this clip about how, and he's big on the double meanings.
Yeah.
He's a rapper. But he said, you can't freestyle your way to the top in life. Meaning, you got to have a game plan.
Right.
You can't just fake it till you make it and hope to make it. It's like, you actually got to put in the work.
Right.
So listen to this. He's actually, I want to say, got accepted to Harvard Business School.
Yeah.
He got some sort of honorary something or other going on. But here he is, spitting some game, spitting some knowledge about not freestyling your way to the top.
Don't get so busy in life that you forget to do what I'm doing right now. I'm having an executive board meeting with myself. You can't freestyle your way to the top in life. You gotta stop, reflect, and strategize. Find your version of what I'm doing right now. I'm just chilling. It's just me. I'm taking some notes. I'm thinking about what I could be doing better, what I'm already doing good. I'm just kicking it. I'm by myself. I'm looking cool. Wow. I'm winning. This how I'm gonna keep winning. Yo.
You know how we talk about competence leads to confidence?
Yes.
Does that dude look confident to you?
Yes.
Just sitting by himself, swagged out?
Yeah.
It's because he's put in the work. He's developed the competency. He's become a very well-known, credible musical artist. But it's not just about the bling and the flash and all the stuff that typically gets kind of caught up in that hip-hop world. He's like, nah, I'm about self-improvement, accountability, being the best version of myself. He was raised by great parents. He says, stop, reflect, and strategize. What do we say around here? What does PBD say? What do we say at Valuetainment? Outwork, out-improve, out-strategize, outlast. He said he's having an executive board meeting with himself, AKA he's doing some serious business planning by himself, AKA he's developing a business plan.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not just freestyling his way to the top. So a lot of people, you know, they say what? Talent beats hard work every time.
Yes.
When the talent won't work hard.
Yep.
Dude's talented,
Right.
no doubt. There's a lot of talented dudes out there, but he's putting in the work. And you have to show respect. You have to give somebody their flowers when they do stuff like that.
Right.
So he's been on the show before. I'm double tapping this video, literally and figuratively, and I'm showing some love.
Nice.
So you can't freestyle your way to the top. So what does that mean for you? Have you done a business plan? Have you actually written down your goals? You know, we do business planning workshop every year in December, where people get on a huge Zoom live event here at Valuetainment.
Yep.
It's one of our best events. So anyway, shout out to D1, and shout out to the people who are actually putting in the work and actually taking a second to strategize so they're not freestyling their way to the top. Speaking of events, by the way, quick word to the wise, end of August.
Yes.
Beginning of September, here, Valuetainment. We're doing a little event, no big deal. Only thousands of people down here in Miami. Some small names you might have heard of. Tom Brady, Mike Tyson, PBD. What's our other buddy's name? Will
Guerrera.
Will Guerrera?
Guidara.
Will Guerrera. What's his name?
Guidara.
There it is. Here it
Guidara.
is. Forgive me, Will Guidara. I can't play the guitar. I ain't spoken to the. No, all
Stick to the
right, yeah.
speakers.
I got the Jorge thing going on.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Anyway, the vault, August 31st, September 1st to September 3rd, I want to say.
September 2nd.
Check it out. We're going to be promoting this for the next 2-3 months out here.
It will sell out, so make sure you guys grab your tickets.
100% going to sell out.
Yes.
So the links are always going to be below in every episode we do moving forward.
Right.
But shout out to the team that's putting together everything that's going on at the vault. Yeah, you can see some of the past attendees. But I gave a shout out to the business planning workshop. So that's at the end of the year. So right now, we got to give a shout out to the team that's putting the vault together.
Yes.
September 1st, here in Miami.
Talk about network.
The vault.
Talk about
Talk
network.
about
You
network.
want to make your network bigger and better? You show up to events like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, final words, Nat. I know you have some things you got to read. You got to get some stuff you
Yeah,
got to
so
do.
let me read the last two super chats real quick. Alrighty, so we have TRC in the chat. Shout out to you. I see you. I also saw Uncle Luke in the chat. I didn't see your super chat, but I did see you in the chat. TRC did say, he said, yeah, exactly. I can't stand Beyonce and Jay-Z. Crypto Keeper said Amber Lane is like Sauce Man, Beyonce hands. Then we have, I think that's it for the two super chats that was left. Let me just check. Yeah, that's it for super chats. All right. Well, thank you guys for super chats today. I appreciate it. Thanks for helping me with my reading skills with the Hooked on Phonics. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys like the video. Of course, subscribe. We're at 189,000 subscribers. Let's hit that 200K. We're going to turn Valuetainment money into SOSCAST, and let's get it going. All right. So let's make sure we do all
Yeah,
that
we
fun
got to
stuff.
plan something good when we hit 200K. No
Oh, yeah.
doubt. So that's coming in the next month or so. We'll figure
Right.
that out. No
Yes.
doubt. We're working on another live event with Fresh and
Yes.
Fit. That's in discussions right now. We got the vault coming up right now.
Yes.
A lot of good things going on this summer. But before we get there, we have another episode coming up this Thursday. Before the July 4th weekend.
Yay.
So,
Are we doing the wet T-shirt contest you wanted to do?
oh, the wet T-shirt contest, yeah, on Thursday with all the girls. Don't let them know ahead of time.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks for rocking with me, guys, today.
Yes.
Any more money in here?
Any more?
Nat, make it rain before we go. Save that money, everybody.
I love
Keep
that.
kicking ass, taking names. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Peace out.
Bye.